Hello everyone, today I will be instructing you on how to create an app-controlled LED lights system with Arduino ESP32. If you are on this video, you probably have an ESP32, which is, I personally bought mine from Amazon. The link will be in the description, as well as the program that we are going to be using today. This Arduino board could control sensors, cameras, a lot of things. So the scope is pretty large, and the bigger picture for today would be that eventually we could maybe program an Arduino that controls the lights of your room, the lights of your living room, and things like that through an application. Caution: the risk involved with this project is probably endangering your equipment. Contrary to popular belief, you cannot endanger yourself. Even though it is electrical equipment, the voltage is only 5 volts, which is very low compared to something that would endanger you or even electrically shock you. For equipment and supplies, we will have, first of all, the Arduino set. So here you can see the breadboard, the controller, the ESP32, 5 cables in total, one for each LED light. So you will need 4 LED lights, 4 220 kilo ohms of resistors, and 1 ground cable. Then you will need a micro USB cable to connect to a laptop. So you will also need a laptop in which you will download the Arduino software, and you will download on your phone the BlynkTimer software, which will allow us to control the LED lights. In any of my Arduino projects, I like to start with step 1, setting up my breadboard with my ESP32 Arduino board. So I would recommend you replicate this exact configuration, and you can pause the video right now and I will explain it in a second. So here we have 4 resistors, 4 LED lights, and the 4 male to female cables. You put the male side on the breadboard and the female side onto the ESP32. And for the LED lights, you take them out, you put the ground pin towards the resistors, as you can see, because here we have the ground cable, and the ground cable is to the side of the resistor, so you need to put the ground pin towards the resistors which are connected to the ground pin. Here on the microcontroller, I like to use numbers 19, 21, 22, and 23 for the LED lights cables. I like to color coordinate them so I don't get confused. And between these numbers, there's the G and D pin, which is the ground pin, which I connected to it. So for the second step, you would download on your phone the application Blynk with a Y, which is available on the App Store. And you are going to open with your laptop the blynk.cloud website. And once you have it on your phone, you should register yourself and make an account and log in through that account on your computer. For step 3, you are going to copy paste the program that I put in the description, and you're going to put your own template ID, your own template name, and your own authentication token, which will be given to you once you register your account. And you're going to put your own Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password. For step 4, as you can see, there are loops here as V7, V8, V9, and this is for each pin. Here it's for pin red, pin green, pin blue. So for each one, I'm going to show you for one, and you have to replicate it for each pin on your program. So for step 5, I assume that you have already created your template on your Blynk console, on your Blynk website, sorry, which you will go on, and you will go on edit and go on data streams. Here, as you can see, I already have all of mine: V7, V8, V9, V10, V11, V12, V13, V14. I will explain V11 to V14 later in the next step. But for V7 to V10, which is exactly the same thing, but for each LED it's different, we just add a new data stream. So just to show you, this will go from 0 to 255 because each color's maximum is 255, and it's a virtual pin because it will be on my phone after. So we do a new data stream, a virtual pin, and you name it, let's say V7 here, and you need to put the max as 255. And pin V7. Here it's used, so I cannot click it, but you get the memo. So here on the program, you can see that there is V11, V12, V13, V14, one for each pin, again, one for each LED lights because we have 4 colors. So these are our loops. So, and for each one, I'm going to show you what we will have to do on this, on the Blynk website, which is here. So we go on V11, I'm going to explain directly here. You make a virtual pin like we just did before for V7, name it V11, name it V11, and here you'll have it as max 1 because here it's a boolean. It's an off-on integer, so we will have to go on our website off-on. It's a switch, so 1 will be on, 0 will be off. So then you go on your app on your phone, which is RGB LED, and here we can see that I have already made off, 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 off. Those are all buttons and those are sliders. So the V7 will serve as slider, which you will create on your Blynk app by going on this, plus, and there's a button, there's the slider. So let's say we go slider. This is our new slider, which I will delete in a second. And you add data stream, V7, V8. The sliders is for V7 to V10, and the buttons is for V11 to V14. Finally, your app should look something like this with 4 buttons and 4 sliders. Finally, we're gonna run the program by clicking the upload button on our Arduino code. So now, when you look at your app, you can do off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Then you're gonna ask me, Adam, what's the point of the sliders? The sliders will decide the brightness of the light. So if I take, sorry, this is low brightness, and here, high brightness. Let's do that one for the blue one, same thing, and now it's light. Thanks for watching.